请坐。女士们、先生们，
Ladies and
上午好！
gentlemen, good morning.
欢迎大家出席国务
Welcome
院
to
新
the
闻办
day's
新闻发布会。
press conference.
今天我们邀请到
Today, we're
国家
glad to
税务
have
总
with
局
us
副局长
member
饶
of
立
the
新先生，
CPC Committee
请
of
他为
State
大家介
Taxation
绍
Administrator and
税收
Deputy
服
Commissioner
务高
Mr.
质
Rao
量发展的有
Lixin
关情况。
to brief you
并回答大
on
家感兴趣的
taxation
问题。
work and take your questions.
出席今天发布会的还有
Today, we're
国
also
家税
glad
务
to have
总局
with us
新闻发言人、
spokesperson
办公厅主任
and chief of the
黄云
General
先生。
Office of the State
大
Taxation
税服务司司长
Administration,
沈
Mr.
兴国
Huang
先生。
Yun, Director General of
国际
Taxpayer
税务司
Service
司长
Department,
蒙
Mr.
玉
Sheng
英女士。
Xinguo, and Director General of
现在
International
我们先
Taxation
请
Department,
饶立新先
Ms.
生
Meng
介绍情况。
Yuying. Now the floor is given to Deputy Administrator Rao. Thank you very much.
记者朋友们，
And I want to give my
今天是
thanks to friends
农历
from the
腊八节。
media. Today is the Laba Festival on
报道
China's
腊八
lunar
就是年。
calendar.
借此机会，
As we
我
say,
首先
after the
代表
Laba
国家税务
Festival, the
总局
Spring Festival comes. I want to
给大家
use
拜个
this
早年。
opportunity to
衷心
give
感
my
谢
Chinese New Year
广大
greetings
的
to
纳税人、缴费
all of
人
you on behalf
及
of the
社会
State
各界
Taxation
对
Administration,
税
and I
务
want to
部
give
门
my
工
sincere
作的
thanks
关心、
for your
理解和支持。
care, support, and
回
understanding
首
for our
刚刚走
work.
过的2023
Looking
年，
back on the
在以
year
新民主思维
2023,
核心的
under
党
the
中
strong
央坚
leadership
强
of
领
the
导下，
Party Central Committee with
我国
Comrade
经
Xi
济
Jinping at the
回
core,
升向
our country's economy
高质量发
rebounded
展
and
扎实
improved,
推进。
and solid progress
全国
was
税务
made
系
in
统
promoting
坚持以
high-quality
习近平
development.
新
The
时代
national
中国
tax
特色
system
社会
followed
主义思
guidance
想
of
为
Xi
指导，
Jinping's thoughts on
全面
socialism
贯
with
彻
Chinese
党的28
characteristics
精
for the
神，
new era,
深入开
fully
展学习
acted
贯
on
彻
the
习
decisions
近
of
平
the
新时
20
代中
CPC
国
National
特色社会
Congress,
主义思想普及教
conducted
育，
thematic education
认真落
campaign
实
on
党
studying
中
and
央、
implementing
国务
Xi
院
Jinping's thought
决
on
策部署，
socialism with Chinese
牢牢把
characteristics
握
for the new
服务
era,
高质量发
and
展这一
implemented
首要任务，
instructions of the Party Central
聚焦
Committee and the
主
State
责企
Council.
业，
We
精
kept in
神
mind the
理智担
primary
当，
task of serving
有
high
效
quality
发挥了
development,
税收
focused on
在国
our
家
main portfolio,
治理
and
中的
faithfully
基
performed
础
our
性、
duties,
支柱性
ensuring that
保障
taxation
性作用。
effectively offers fundamental
一
underpinning
是
and
依法
safeguards
依规
in
组织税
national
费收入，
governance. First, we
着力
conducted
夯
tax and
夯
fee
实
collection
财
in
力保
accordance
障
with
基
laws
础，
and regulations to
牢
reinforce
记
the
为
fiscal
国计财、
foundation.
为民收税的
Keeping in
实
mind the
践，
mission of collecting
扛牢
taxes for the
保障
country
国
and the
家财
people,
力的主
we
力金支
performed
持。
our duty as the main force
2023 年
ensuring the country's
全年
fiscal
组织
resources.
各项税
In
费收入
2023, total tax and
31.7
fee
万亿
revenue
元，
was 31.7
已扣除
trillion
出
RMB
口退
yuan.
税，未扣除出口退税为
Before deducting
33.5
export tax
万亿元，
rebates, it's 33.5
其中
trillion yuan.
税收收入
And this
65.9
figure includes
万亿元，
15.9 trillion
社保
yuan
费
in
收
tax
入
revenue
8.2 万
and
亿元。
8.2 trillion yuan in
那
social
是
security
落实落
fees.
细税费优惠政策，
Second, we worked for concrete implementation of preferential tax and fee policies to
税务
facilitate
部门
economic
积极
recovery.
参与税费优惠政
Taxation
策的
authorities
研究设
actively
计，
participated
认真履
in the
行
formulation
税
of
费优惠
preferential
政
tax
策落
policies
实
and
负责。
undertook the main
2023
responsibility
年7
in
月，
implementing such
国务院延
policies.
续优化完
After the
善税
State
费优
Council
惠政策以
renewed
来，
preferential tax policies in
全国
July
税务系统
2023,
累
the
计
national
开展
taxation
政
system
策精
has
准推
carried
送
out
超
targeted
6.7
push
亿
of policy
不是
information to more
不
than
人次，
670
从政策
million
找人
entities,
到政策落地，全环节提升
improving
税
tax
务行政效能。
administrative efficiency throughout the chain of
全国
implementation.
新增
In
减
2023,
税降费及
new
退
tax
税
and
返
fee
税
cuts, tax rebates, and
超
fee
2.2 万亿元，
deferrals across the
有力
country
助力
exceeded
稳定市场预
exceeded
期，
2.2
提振
trillion
市
yuan,
场信心，
effectively
激发市
facilitating
场活力。
efforts to stabilize market
三是持
expectations,
续优
boost
化
market
办税
confidence,
缴费基
and
础，
stimulate market
着力改善
vitality.
税收营商
Third,
环
we
境。
continue to optimize
连
tax
续
payment
第10
measures
年
to improve the
扎实
taxation
开展
environment for
便民办
businesses.
税成功
We
行动，
carried out
先
the
后
Spring
分
Breeze
批
convenient
推出
tax
系
payment
列
action
便
for
民
the
办
10th
税
year
缴
in a
费
row,
服务举措，
introducing 5 batches
聚
of
焦
measures
中小微企
facilitating
业
tax
等
payment,
民营经济主体，
including targeted
推出一
services
系
for
列针对性
MSMEs
服务举
and other
措，
private sector
不断提
entities
升
to
税
make
费服
tax
务的精
services
细化、
better
智能化、
refined,
个性化
smarter,
水平。
and more tailored.
同时，
At the
联合
same
全国
time,
工商联开展
we
专题
launched
论苗专项行动
a，special
组织
action
开
together
展
with
中
the All
小
China
企业服务
Federation
业
of Industry and
服务季
Commerce
活动，
organized
累
SME
计开
Service
展
Month and
走
Service
流程
Season
新建议
activities, conducting a
税
total
费服务体验师活动
of
等
more
1万多
than
场次，
10,000
这
activities such as soliciting suggestions on taxation processes and experiencing tax service. Fourth, we improve tax supervision capabilities to maintain the order of the market economy. We continue to improve the new tax supervision system based on a dynamic credit plus risk model, conducted special rectification campaigns on high-risk sectors, and fully harnessed the 8-department mechanism for cracking down tax-related violations and crimes, which involve taxation, public security authorities, court, procuratorate, PBOC, customs, foreign exchange management, and market regulation authorities. We seriously investigated and handled tax-related violations such as tax fraud in accordance with law and recovered 181 billion yuan of tax loss. We increased the exposure of typical cases to maintain a fair and just economic and taxation order. Fifth, we accelerated the building of a smart taxation system to improve the efficiency of tax and fee governance. Strong measures were made to implement the opinions on further deepening reform of tax collection administration issued by general offices of the CPC Central Committee and the State Council, making new progress in precise law enforcement, targeted services and regulation, and close interdepartment cooperation. We deepened and expanded 31 reform measures on tax collection and management and promoted smart taxation in a coordinated manner, in particular, launching the e-invoice service platform nationwide, taking forward the trials of fully digitized e-invoice, and launching the new online taxation administration. These steps have taken a digital upgrade and the smart transformation of tax collection and management to a new level. Sixth, we deepened international exchanges and cooperation to serve high-quality opening up. We followed the guidance of General Secretary Xi's remarks opening up, took stronger efforts to foster a multilateral taxation cooperation platform, and continue to improve the cooperation mechanisms for tax collection and administration under the Belt and Road Initiative. We hosted the high-level international symposium on digital tax collection and administration, officially launched the Tax Express cross-border tax service platform, and expanded China's network of taxation agreements to cover 114 countries and regions, providing better services for going out and bringing in. Going forward, the national tax system, we rally more closely around the party's Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, continue to consolidate the results of the thematic education campaign, promote high-quality taxation practices in the course of China's modernization, and contribute more strength to building China into a great modern socialist country in all respects and advance national rejuvenation on all fronts. Thank you. Thank you. Now the floor is open for questions. Before raising your questions, please identify media affiliation. Thank you, CCTV. At the Central Economic Work Conference, it was stressed that we must accelerate efforts to build a unified national market. Could you share with us the progress of work by the tax administration in this respect? Thank you for your question. Building a unified national market is a pillar of building a new development paradigm. We at the State Taxation Administration is faithfully implementing the opinions, instructions from the CPC Central Committee and State Council, and taken strong efforts to pursue this endeavor. First, we increased the certainty of taxing policies. Last year, this year, we have introduced and issued documents to make clear about the improvement of 77 renewed preferential tax policies to stabilize market expectations. And we also took the initiative to respond to questions and issues that taxpayers have in their mind, to address concerns from different sectors of the society. In 2023, we continued to improve our answers to questions raised in following preferential tax policies, responding to 115 questions. Second, we should standardize taxation enforcement. We amended the tax collection and administration rules to ensure a nationwide standard for collection and administration. On the basis of different provinces exercising their discretion in rendering administrative penalties in taxation, we have worked with local authorities in the Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei region, the Yangtze River Delta, the northeast China, the southwestern China, the central and northern China, and northwest China regions, to introduce standardized discretions for those regions in rendering taxation penalties. And we promoted sharing of law enforcement information and mutual recognition of law enforcement results so as to foster a level playing field in terms of taxation. Third, we made tax services more convenient for taxpayers. We launched trials in Yangtze River Delta, the Beijing, Hebei, Tianjin area, in Chenzhou and Chongqing about cross-province tax paying services. Through our services, we shortened the time needed for tax procedures, so that the corporates can get smarter, more convenient, more targeted services. And we have also provided stronger supporting services for taxpayers and businesses in enjoining tax services. In 2023, we provided over 10 million times of interactive services for taxpayers, and we used online platforms to offer live Q&A sessions for taxpayers. In 2023, we conducted 2,324 online Q&A sessions, which benefited nearly 6 million viewers and responded to more than 267,000 questions. Going forward, we'll continue to follow the instructions on building a unified national market and rigorously enforce taxation laws and continue to improve our services in collection and payment administration, so as to foster a national market that is based on a level playing field and greater opening up. Next question. Thank you. First, Taijing. Taxation is like a barometer of the economy. Could you share with us the effects on the high-quality development? Thank you for your question. Pursuing high-quality development is a top priority in the new era. We have leveraged the big data of taxation to build an indicator system for promoting high-quality development under the strong leadership of CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at the core. In 2023, we made solid efforts in serving high-quality development, and I want to share with you data on 10 aspects. The first, corporate investment in innovation continued to strengthen. The R&D expenditure declared for deduction increased by 13.6% year-on-year. In the first 3 quarters of 2023, the nationwide the total amount businesses across the country declared 1.85 trillion yuan of R&D expenditure for deduction, and the manufacturing businesses were the largest beneficiaries in their the amount of their R&D expenditure accounted for 58.9%. And the second, innovative industries grew rapidly. The high-tech industry's sales income increased by 9.8% year-on-year. The VAT invoice data shows that in 2023, there was a rapid growth of sales income of high-tech industry, accounting its share in nationwide figure is higher by 0.5 percentage points. And the third, the high-tech manufacturing saw breakthroughs in innovation. The equipment manufacturing's share in total manufacturing sector has increased to 44.8%. And in 2023, the sales of equipment manufacturing increased by 6.4%. It is 2.9 percentage points higher than the average and 1.2 percentage points higher in terms of its share in the total sector. And the EVs, lithium batteries, and photovoltaic batteries saw an increase of sales of 22.4%. And fourth, the integration of digital sector and physical sector increased. In 2023, the sales income of digital economy core industries increased by 80.7%. That is 2.1 percentage points higher compared to the previous year. And the nationwide corporate purchase of digital tech increased by 10.1%. That's 3.2 percentage points higher than the previous year. The fifth, the building of a unified national market has accelerated. Inter-provincial trade has increased to 42.7% of total trade inside our country. Data shows that in 2023, inter-province trade increased by 5.9%, and its share in the total trade within the country has increased by 0.5 percentage points. Six, the propelling role of three major engines has increased. The sales income of those regions has increased to 54.1% of the national total. In 2023, the Yangtze River Delta, the Pearl Harbor Delta, and the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region has all shown strong momentum in their sales income growth, which registered a 5.4% growth. Seventh, the green transition of industries continued to make progress. The share of high energy consumption manufacturing in total manufacturing has reduced to 30.7%. The data shows that in 2023, the industrial enterprises increased their investment in green development and purchased environment treatment service 17.7% more than the previous year. The eighth, reinvestment of profits by foreign businesses registered stable growth, and reinvestment that enjoyed tax deferral reached 141.2 billion yuan. Data shows that 2023 reinvestment by foreign investments that enjoyed tax deferral increased by 0.8%. And since this new policy was introduced in 2018, a total amount of investment by foreign businesses that enjoyed tax deferral reached 660.3 billion yuan. Ninth, the vitality of consumption was unleashed. The consumption in goods and services grew by 10%, around 10%. In 2023, the consumption in goods and services grew by 11.4% and 9% respectively. And with, in particular, the garment and domestic retail sales grew by 18.3% and 14.5% respectively. Tenth, Social Security provided stronger support. Last year, we had over 8 trillion yuan of Social Security fees. And we have now this Social Security system has provided a strong safeguards for more than 1.3 billion people. Thank you. Zhejiang Daily. The tax collection and administration The environment is very important for businesses, and since 2023, you have carried out actions to provide convenient tax services. Could you share with us the effects of such actions, and are there any future plans? Thank you. In 2023, under the theme of providing convenience for people and serving modernization drive, we launched the Spring Breeze convenient tax payment action to improve our services for taxpayers. The third-party survey shows that in 2023, the satisfaction rate by taxpayers increased to 89.24 points. We're number one. We have increased the efficiency of bringing policy information knowledge to people. By leveraging the big data of taxation, we engaged in smart matching of different sectors and businesses with the tax policy information they need to ensure that they can learn about the policies that are tailored to their industries in time. These information were pushed to legal persons, financial affairs personnel, and also taxation handlers. Since July last year, we have pushed information to 670 million entities and providing 1.49 billion messages of information. Second, we improved our services to address difficult issues faced by taxpayers. We improved the complaint filing mechanism and also the settlement channels to ensure that we can address issues faced by taxpayers in an efficient manner. In 2023, we addressed 814 most inquired questions of taxpayers. And it responds to demands and needs by businesses facing difficulties in their industrial chain and supply chains. And on the basis of respecting the will of such businesses, we used the taxation big data to help them match with business partners and helped businesses gain an additional 21.3 billion yuan of purchase and sales. And we also strengthen coordination with banks to lower the threshold of participation by medium and small-sized banks. Last year, we helped SMEs gain 2.84 trillion yuan of loans. Third, we improved our smart tax services. We used information technologies to expand the coverage of our smart tax services across the country. With the support of our online taxation administration platform, we promoted the cross-province tax payment service online. In 2023, we handled 710,000 tax payments through this platform, which involved 84.4 trillion yuan. That creates great convenience for the operation of businesses. And also, we strengthened services for cross-border tax payment of non-resident entities. Fourth, we made tailored and targeted efforts to deliver more benefits to people. We focused on items such as Social Security, payment, and personal income tax settlement to improve our services. We promoted one-stop services for Social Security fees handling, and now more than 95% of corporate Social Security payments and personal income tax payments were handled on cell phones or online. and more than 3,800 service halls of taxation across the country can now provide one-stop service to taxpayers, and also give priority to tax refunds for taxpayers that are facing special difficulties, such as difficulties in reaching medical services. And that policy benefits 33.845 million people. In the following year, we'll continue to have more refined and tailored services to improve the brand of the Spring Breeze convenient taxation action. Next question.
Thank you, Phoenix TV. As we all know, at the Central Economic Work Conference, innovation was supported. The policy of deduction of R&D expenditure plays an important role in this regard. Can you introduce how this policy was implemented in 2023 and the major outcomes? Mr. Huang Yun will take this question. Thank you for your question. In 2023, our country has implemented more incentives for enterprises to increase R&D investment. The policy has been implemented in a more targeted manner, and it has gradually taken effects. The tangible dividends of tax and fee cut have effectively boosted the confidence of enterprises in R&D investment and injected greater impetus for their innovation-driven development. It was reflected in the following three aspects. First, the policy support continued to increase. In March 2023, we have increased the deduction rate for R&D expenditure for eligible enterprises from 75% to 100% as an institutional arrangement for long-term implementation. We have further focused on the high-quality development of industries of integrated circuit and industrial machine tools, and further increased the deduction rate to 120%. At the same time, according to the instructions of the State Council, the SAT has worked with the Ministry of Finance. Apart from granting deduction policy in the 2 periods of a prepayment declaration and annual settlement in October, we designated the prepayment declaration period in July as another time frame to guide these companies to benefit from the policy dividends. Second, implementation has grown more targeted. The tax authorities has compiled the guidelines for the implementation of the policy of deduction of R&D expenditure version 2.0, released 2 batches of 20 policy Q&As, and used multiple ways to carry out training to facilitate taxpayers to benefit from the policies. At the same time, we have made good use of taxation big data to send information in a targeted way at different time and with different emphasis, and take various measures to match the policies with the right companies and help innovative companies benefit from the policies. Third, the policy has gradually taken effects. At present, the settlement of corporate income tax in 2023 is in progress in a more orderly manner. According to the prepayment declaration in 2023, the deduction of R&D expenditure for enterprises was 1.85 trillion yuan, up 13.6% year-on-year, of which manufacturing companies have enjoyed 1.1 trillion yuan of deduction, accounting for nearly 60%. Tax data show that the profit margin of enterprises enjoying preferential policies on R&D expenditure deduction was 7.4%, which is 4 percentage points higher than that of all companies. Going forward, the tax department will follow the requirements of the Central Economic Work Conference and to better support high-standard technological self-reliance and innovation development of companies. Thank you. Thank you. In order to better serve the cross-border taxpayers, the tax authorities have launched the Tax Express service brand, which has received wide attention from Chinese companies abroad and foreign companies in China. Can you share with us the latest progress on that. Ms. Meng Yuying will take this question. Thank you for your question. The year 2023 marked the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Initiative. Taking this opportunity, we have taken an innovative step to launch the cross-border tax service brand Tax Express to provide more professional, standard, and international tax services for taxpayers. First, we have established a distinctive brand and the service matrix has taken shape. Since the launch of Tax Express, tax bureaus at the provincial level have all established their own sub-brands of Tax Express based on their regional reality and have carried out policy promotion activities and inter-department collaborative services. For example, in Zhejiang, the sub-brand have launched a Belt and Road tax service program and hosted policy promotion events for RCEP and ASEAN. In Shandong, the sub-brand has worked with the Overseas Chinese Federation, Commerce Department, and Foreign Affairs Office to launch an initiative of Cross-Border Tax Service Alliance and set up an innovation base and taken other 6 service measures. Second, we have set up expert teams to address difficulties and problems. The SAT and provincial tax bureaus have all set up inter-department expert teams to collect the problems through field investigation and talks with enterprises to address tax-related demands of cross-border taxpayers. For example, to address the needs of Chinese companies abroad for tax-related certificates used for the US FDA small business certification, we encouraged and instructed local tax bureaus to take innovative measures and optimize service procedures. Yesterday, the SAT held a seminar with some foreign chamber of commerce in China to collect tax-related demands of foreign enterprises. Third, we have improved the service mechanism and ensured smooth channels of communication between the tax authorities and enterprises. We have launched the 12366 cross-border tax service hotline and provided staff services on tax-related affairs in Chinese and English for 117,000 times. We have launched an English intelligent voice system, providing round-the-clock, real-time customer services by virtual staff. At the same time, we use digital technologies to send tech preferential policies in a targeted way and send country or regional-specific investment tax guides and tax dividends bills to more than 130,000 cross-border taxpayers throughout the year. Fourth, we have updated knowledge products and provided one-stop services for cross-border investment. Tax Express have launched full knowledge products, including updating and releasing 105 country or region-specific investment tax guides, 99 tax guides for going abroad companies, 15 overseas tax cases, and 34 FAQs for regional cross-border taxpayers and contributors. All these products are available on our website and WeChat account. In 2024, the tax authorities will continue to expand the metric effects of Tax Express, redouble our efforts on research on country or region-specific tax policies, help Chinese companies abroad to make good use of tax policy tools, and implement relevant tax and fee preferential policies for foreign-invested companies to contribute our part to high-standard opening up. Thank you. Thank you. 封面 News. In 2023, the tax authorities have cracked down a number of illegal activities related to tax and exposed some typical cases which have been warmly received by the society. Can you introduce the progress in 2023? Thank you for question. Our tax authorities have all along been taking law-based crackdown on tax-related illegal activities as an important step to improve the tax business environment. In 2023, the tax authorities have investigated and punished 135,000 suspected illegal taxpayers and saved 181 billion yuan of all kinds of tax losses. We have worked with the public security departments to take enforcement measures against 8,228 suspects. 539 suspects have confessed their crimes. Thus, we have safeguarded the tax order of the rule of law and fairness. First, we have cracked down on tax-related crimes. In the face of false companies issuing invoices, false exports seeking tax refund, and false declaration asking for preferential policies, we have worked with relevant departments to carry out targeted crackdown and punished a number of illegal companies, eradicated a series of criminal gangs. In 2023, we have investigated and punished 5,042 illegal cases, defrauding of preferential taxes, and investigated 2,599 export companies defrauding of tax refund, and retrieved 16.6 billion yuan of export tax refund. Second, we step up our regulation in key industries and sectors. We have carried out special campaign in key sectors and industries on tax-related risks. We have handled a number of major cases of tax fraud and evasion, and therefore we have regulated the order of the industry and promoted the healthy development. Third, we have deepened and expanded the joint crackdown mechanism. In 2023, the Supreme People's Court and the State Administration for Market Regulation have joined our regular joint crackdown mechanism. The number of members have grown from 6 to 8. Therefore, we have formed a full-chain integrated crackdown paradigm. Our multiple departments have carried out the Lijian 2023 campaign. Through cross-regional and cross-department information sharing and joint analysis, we have eradicated professional tax-related criminal gangs, 127 of them, and arrested 1,619 suspects. Fourth, we have kept exposing the cases to step up warning and deterrence. We have intensified our exposure of typical illegal cases, and we have disclosed 243 typical illegal cases having an effective warning and deterrence effects. We have also deepened our joint incentive and punishment mechanisms and implement the blacklist system mechanism. And throughout the year, we have disclosed 17,324 dishonest cases. In 2024, we'll continue to carry out targeted crackdown, comprehensive governance, and regular exposure against all kinds of tax-related illegal activities in order to build a regulated, orderly, law-based, and fair tax business environment. Thank you.
Thank you. 21st Century Economic Daily. Promoting green and low-carbon development is key to ensuring high-quality development. What measures has the tax authorities taken to promote green and low-carbon development? Mr. Shen Xinguo will take this question. Thank you for your question. In 2023, the tax authorities have studied and implemented Xi Jinping thought on ecological civilization and promoted the construction of green tax system and the implementation of policies, contributing our part to the building of a beautiful China. First, the green tax system of multiple tax types have played an effective role. The tax authorities have adhered to the principle of managing taxes in accordance with law and have implemented green tax laws and regulations such as environmental protection tax law and the resource tax law, and help environmental protection and the intensive and economical use of resources. For example, the environmental protection tax, through its mechanism of more emission, more tax, less emission, less tax, and no emission, no tax, has forced enterprises to reduce pollution emission, strengthen environmental governance, and develop a circular economy. In 2023, its annual tax revenue was 20.5 billion yuan. Another example, the resource tax, by implementing an ad valorem tax, has established a tax
adjustment mechanism directly linked to the market price of resource products, and encourage enterprises to develop and use resources rationally. In 2023, its annual tax revenue was 307 billion yuan. Second, the preferential policy system of multiple policies has boosted green development. The tax authorities have implemented green tax preferential policies for corporate income tax, value-added tax, and vehicle purchase tax to encourage companies to pursue green and high-quality development. For example, in 2023, we have exempted 16.7 billion yuan of corporate income tax for income from comprehensive utilization of resources, and refunded 56.4 billion yuan of value-added tax for relevant products and services to encourage the conservation of resources. Another example, we have exempted 121.8 billion yuan of vehicle purchase tax and vehicle and vessel tax for new energy vehicles to promote carbon emission reduction in the automobile industry. Third, the taxation coordination mechanism of multiple departments has fostered synergy for regulation. The tax authorities and the ecological environment, natural resources, and other relevant departments have increased and intensified joint control, joint incentives, joint penalties, and other collaborative tax management efforts to provide strong support for green development. For example, the tax authorities and the ecological environment authorities have established a collaborative mechanism for environmental protection tax, which features tax collection and management, enterprise declaration, environmental protection monitoring, information sharing, and collaborative governance. In 2023, the two departments have exchanged about 40 million pieces of information with each other, which realized progress both in taxation and in environmental protection. Going forward, the tax authorities will continue to fully and faithfully implement the new development philosophy and improve the tax service for green and low-carbon development with a higher stance, a broader vision, and greater efforts. Thank you. Last question, please. Thank you, Hongxin News. The guideline on deepening reform of tax collection and management has been implemented for 3 years. My question is, what major progress has been made by the tax authorities in implementing the guideline? Thank you for your question. Over the past 3 years, the tax authorities have implemented the guideline on deepening reform of tax collection and management to improve the construction of smart taxation and improve our 4 priorities, including law enforcement, services, regulation, and collaborative governance. We have taken more than 200 renovation and innovative steps, making solid progress in tax collection and management. According to the mid-term assessment of implementation of the guidelines organized by the SAT in the 4th quarter of 2023, we have made obvious progress in the smart taxation and the 4 priorities. For example, we have launched and developed an integrated smart platform that covers the taxpayers, tax workers, and policymakers. This smart application platform has realized the smart connection of the majority of tax data. We have worked with 24 departments to establish the regular data sharing channels, which supports the digital transformation of tax collection and management. We have strengthened internal control and supervision of tax-related law enforcement. All high-risk prevention and control measures have all been embedded into the digital system, which effectively regulates the law enforcement. Driven by data plus rules, we have optimized the dynamic credit plus risk new type supervision mechanism that can identify those high-risk taxpayers and improve the efficiency of tax regulation. Broadly speaking, over the past years, the satisfaction survey of taxpayers have increased from 86.1 points in 2020 to 89.24 in 2023. And our efforts in deepening reform of tax collection and management have made progress in the current stage. In 2024, this is the year to consolidate our efforts in implementing the guideline. We will fully implement the action to deepen the reforms and make use of the three transformations, namely technology, services, and organization, to build a first-class and Chinese-style smart taxation and open up a new chapter of taxation in advancing Chinese modernization with high-quality development. Thank you all. Thank you. This concludes today's press conference. Thank you.
That's the live pictures here in Beijing about